Get ready because you are about to watch some folks play a game for a kind of life changing money that most of us just dream about. This is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Hello, everybody. I am Yuan Jacob Lopez, and welcome to the show. Are you guys ready to play? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Today's contestant is a 19-year-old college student who has been watching the show since he was a 6 years old. 13 years of training just for this very moment. Here he is, from the College of Economics, Management and Development Studies of CVSU main campus. Please welcome Kenneth Kevin Reyes. Welcome, young fella. So I heard you have been watching the show for almost your entire life.
Well, yes, I have. To be honest, I am actually an avid fan since diapers.
So you are almost a master. Out of the 12 years, what have you learned and what are you ready to apply here today?
Well, I am ready to apply not to only be careful, but also to not be afraid to take a risk. So I am here to risk it all and go for that millions.
You are saying that now, but let's see if you climb up the money tree. Alright, here is what you are up against today. 14 questions. The values are ranging from 1,000 pesos all the way up to 1 million pesos. Every question, if you are answered correctly, will make you a step closer to that top prize. Remember, you can always walk away with the money you earned up to the point, and with an incorrect answer, you walk away with nothing until you reach those two thresholds, 20,000 pesos and 150,000 pesos. Three lifelines. There are audience here to help you with one question. Your 50-50, we will take away two incorrect answers. And finally, the call a friend lifeline, wherein you can give someone a call to help you out for the question. Alright, you ready to go?
Well, I am always ready to play. So I guess let's play.
Let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Okay, Kenneth, good luck. It all starts with your 1,000 pesos questions. Here's your first question, worth of 1,000 pesos. The blank is available for financial statement of the associate are used by the investor in applying the equity method. Letter A, initial, B, average, C, most recent, and D, projected.
Well, for 1,000 pesos, of course, easy lang naman sa akin yan, bossing. I believe the correct answer is letter C, most recent. Kasi mas accurate yung information sa financial statement and the most up-to-date information about associates' financial position and performance. So, I guess, letter C talaga.
Well done, KK. You won just 1,000 pesos. That's a great start. Now, let's move on to the second question. Let's question for 3,000 pesos. It refers to sales of assets from the investors to an associate. Letter A, investment in associate. B, upstream transaction. C, left stream transaction. And letter D, downstream transaction.
Well, I am very sure sa two choices, sa upstream and downstream transaction kasi they are both related sa selling of assets. Pero no. Agad sa left stream transaction dahil wala pa akong na-encounter na ganong word and sa investment in associate since ito yung investment in an entity in which the investor has significant influence. I think downstream transaction siya. Because from investor, yung sales of assets and an investor owns more than 50% and na mas mataas compared to an associate which owns at least 20%. So, yeah.
Sure ka na ba sa answer mo? Or do you wanna use your lifeline?
Hindi mo na bossing, syempre sure na sure ako dyan.
For 3,000 pesos, your answer is correct. For clarification, under the other accounting issues in the investment in associate, there are two transactions, such as the upstream and downstream. An upstream transaction refers to a sale of asset that occurs from an associate to the investor. On the other hand, a downstream transaction refers to a sale of assets from investor to an associate. Great job! Now let's move on to the next question. For 5,000 pesos, your question is Statement 1. The unrealized profit from inventory is recorded as a deduction from investment in associate. Statement 2. The realized profit from inventory is recorded as a deduction to the investment in associate. Letter A. Both statements are true. Letter B. Both statements are false. Letter C. The first statement is true and the second statement is false. Letter D. The first statement is false and the second statement is true.
Uy, mukhang lucky day ko ata ngayon, bossing. Dahil dito, sure na naman ako sa sagot ko. And for the statement 1, alam ko true siya. Because unrealized profit is potential profit pa lang. So they are not sold. Di pa siya nasa-sold. Hula lang to, bossing ah. Entity record revenue when it is earned. Kaya dapat lang na-deduction siya since hindi siya kasama ron. Pero sa statement number 2 naman, false yun. Kasi instead of deduction, dapat addition siya sa investment associate. Dahil it is realized profit that you already earn. So, my answer, bossing, is letter C. The first statement is true and the second statement is false.
Is that your final answer?
Siyempre, bossing, yes na yes, 100% sure na sure na.
Your final answer is correct. You are just 11 questions away from winning 1 billion pesos. The unrealized profit from inventory is recorded as a deduction from investment in associate. Such unrealized gains and losses shall be eliminated against the investment accounted for using the equity method and shall not be presented as deferred gains or losses in the entity consolidated financial statement. For 10,000 pesos, your fourth question is Clause 28, paragraph 22 provides that on the date the significant influence is lost, the investor shall measure any retained investment in associate at blank. A. Amortized cost. B. Face value. C. At cost. And letter D. Fair value.
Nako, bossing, dito sure na sure talaga ako. Dahil I remember nung nagre-review ako for our exam sa CFAS, parang nabanggit to ni Ma'am Sol. Sabi pa niya na lagi namin i-take note yung measurement. And thank you, Ma'am Sol. Sobrang dami kong natutunan sa'yo. So, bossing, my final answer is letter D, fair value.
Your final answer is correct. On the date the significant influence is lost, i-measure yung return investment in associate at fair value. Dahil after natin i-measure yan, nire-reclassify ang return investment as financial asset at fair value through profit or loss. For 20,000 pesos, your question is, PAS 28 Paragraph 22 provides that an investor shall discontinue the use of the blank from the date that ceases to have significant influence over an associate. Letter A, equity method. Letter B, asset method. Letter C, liability method. And letter D, cost method.
Well, here's how it goes, bossing eh. Since the question is about past 28 and associates, it's actually quite straightforward. So, my answer, bossing, is the equity method.
Alright, let's lock in your answer. Is letter A your final answer?
Yes na yes, bossing!
For 35 pesos, 35,000 pesos, your answer is correct. Well done, KK. You've got this right. The equity method is used by investors to account for their investment in associates or subsidiaries in their financial statements. The investor should discontinue using the equity method once it no longer has significant influence over the associate. So, kamusta? Kaya mo pa ba? Kaya mo yan dahil para yan sa 35,000 pesos. Handa ka na bang malaman ang susunod na katanungan mo?
Well, yes na yes. Ready ako dyan, bossing.
Here it is. How should the difference between the net profit from disposals and the carrying amount of the investment sold be treated in the investor's profit or loss? A. It should be included as a profit or loss. Letter B. It should be included in other comprehensive income. Letter C. It should be included from the profit or loss calculation. Letter D. It should be included in other comprehensive income.
Well, that's interesting question, bossing, no? I remember learning about this in my accounting class. Well, the difference between the net proceeds from disposal and the carrying amount of the investment sold should be treated as a gain. So, then, inaalis siya sa investment associate. So, my final answer is A. It should be included as a profit and loss.
You're absolutely right. It should indeed be included as a gain. Congratulations! May 35,000 ka na sa iyong money. Great job! Now let's move on to the next question. Worth 50,000 pesos. Are you ready?
Well, definitely wrong. Ulit. Ulitin mo na lang yun.
Great job! Now let's move on to the next question. Worth 50,000 pesos. Are you ready?
Well, definitely bossing. Kaya, let's bring it on.
Here is your question. An investment in associate shall not be accounted for using the equity method if the investor is a blank that exempt from preparing consolidated financial statements. Letter A. Fellow venturers. B. Parents. C. Associates. D. Venturers.
Well, I'm not sure sa choices kasi most of them is hindi ako familiar. So, parang parent lang yung alam ko at familiar ako dahil natakel namin siya during our discussions sa types of financial statement. So, can I use my lifeline?
Yes, meron ka pang three lifelines na pwedeng gamitin. Pero you're, pero remember, you still have seven more questions to answer.
Okay. Yes, bossing. Pero parang alam ko na. But, kaya feeling ko, hindi ko na need ng lifeline. So, maglalaki guess na lang siguro ako dito. So, my answer is B, bossing. Parent.
Dahil dyan, may tama ka. You got the right answer. And masave mo ang lifeline mo. Consolidated financial statements are the financial statements prepared when the entity comprises both parent and subsidiary. If the investor is a parent that exempt from preparing consolidated financial statements, it means that the parent is not required to consolidate the financial information in an of its subsidiary entities. As a result, the investment in associate is not accounted for using the equity method because the equity method is specifically designed for reporting investment in entities over which the investor rather has significant influence but not control. Here we go for 70,000 pesos. How many methods are used in accounting for investment of less than 20%? Letter A, 4. Letter B, 3. Letter C, 2. Letter D, 1.
Nako, bossing. Hindi ako ganun ka-familiar sa accounting methods. Well, what I know is that if less than 20% yung investment, then significant influence is presumed not to exist. Well, kaya wild guess na lang siguro ulit. Well, my answer siguro is letter C because I believe letter C stands for Christ.
So, tama nga ba ang letter C for Christ ang tamang sagot? Is that your final answer?
Yes, bossing. Medyo final na final.
So, your answer is correct. C is for Christ talaga. Yes, there are two methods in accounting for investment of less than 20%, such as fair value method and cost method. Fair value method is applied to financial assets measured at fair value through profit and loss and other comprehensive income. Sa cost method naman, applicable lang siya sa investment in unquoted equity instruments or non-marketable equity investment. For 100,000 pesos. Are you ready for the next questions?
Ay, syempre, bossing. Ready, ready.
An investor purchased 10,000 pesos of the 100,000 outstanding ordinary shares of another entity at a 200 per share. The investment is unquoted and represents a 10% equity interest. Using the cost method, how much is the investment in shares? A. 2 million pesos. B. 3 million. C. 1 million. And letter D. 4 million.
Naku, bossing. Ito na nga ba yung kinakatakutan kong kategory? Computation! Eh, mahina ako dyan, bossing.
Remember, na meron ka ng 70,000 pesos sa iyong money tree. Pag tama ang iyong sagot, magiging 100,000 pesos. Pero pag mali, babalik ka sa 20,000 pesos. Ang laki ng difference. May 3 ka pang lifeline. Pwede mo pang pag-isipan.
Oh, pero now that I've analyzed the question, easy lang pala to, bossing. Nagulat lang ako sa numbers kasi grabe ang laki. So my answer for this question is letter A, bossing, 2 million.
Magaling naman pala sa computation. Sir, is that your final answer?
Yes, bossing, may tiwala naman ako sa sarili ko.
For 100,000 pesos, your answer is correct. Based sa question, the investor purchased 20,000 shares and it cost 200 pesos per share. So I just need to multiply the unit cost of 200 pesos and 20,000 to get the total of 2 million pesos, which is the total cost of investment in shares. For 150,000 pesos, let's take a look at the question. Here it is. An investor owned a 10% interest in an investee on January 1, 2022. The investor acquired additional 10% interest in the same investee on January 1, 2023, enabling the investor to exercise significant influence over the investee. What do you call this scenario or phenomenon? A. Equity method of accounting. B. Investment in subsidiary. Letter C. Consolidation of financial statements. And letter D. Investment in associate achieved in stages.
Hay nako, bossing, another question na naman na hindi ko alam ang sagot. But I remember studying investment in associate, but this particular fact seems to have slipped my mind.
Well, KK, you do have some lifelines available. You can use your Ask the Audience lifeline to get some assistance from our audience. Or pwede naman 50-50 para maalis ang maling sagot or call a friend. Ano na ang decision mo, KK?
Tingin ko hindi magandang gamitin yung 50-50 kasi hindi ko talaga alam yung sagot. So, I can only guess here. Call a friend naman yung i-reserve ko for more complicated question. So, I believe the best option is to ask the audience. The audience has been pretty reliable in the past. So, I would like to use my Ask the Audience lifeline. Please, bossing.
Alright, audience. KK needs your help. Please use your keypads to vote for the answer you think is correct. Thank you, audience. Now, KK, we have the result here. Let's see what the majority of the audience thinks.
This is a
Equity,
tough one. Ano yun, bossy?
equity method of accounting 4%, letter B 16%, letter C 38%, and letter D 42%. What?
Hmm. This is a tough one, bossing. The audience seems to be leaning towards option C and letter D kasi ang taas ng percentage. Pero sa tingin ko, C is not the right answer. So I need to trust the majority here. So I'll go with the option D, investment in associate achieve in stages, bossing.
And you are right. Congratulations, KK. Meron ka ng 150,000 pesos sa iyong money tree. Last 4 questions na lang at maaabot mo na ang 1 million pesos. Since in 2022, the investment is accounted for under the cost or fair value method since investee only owns 10%. However, in 2023, naging 20% na yung ownership niya, which makes from investee nagiging associate na siya. So the investment must be accounted for under the equity method. Let's get started with your 11th question for 250,000 pesos. On 2022, an investor acquired a 10% interest in an investee for 2 million pesos using the cost method. On 2024, the 10% existing investment had a fair value of 2,500,000. What is the journal entry to remeasure the existing interest? Letter A. Debit investment in shares 500,000. Credit gain on remeasurement to equity 500,000. Letter B. Investment in shares were 2,500,000 debit and gain on remeasurement to equity for 2,500,000. Letter C. Loss on remeasurement to equity 500,000 debit, investment in shares 500,000 credit. And letter D. Loss on remeasurement to equity were 2,500,000 debit and investment in shares were 2,500,000 credit.
Another challenging question, bossing. So, I'm not entirely confident about the answer. If A or B siya, but I'm not sure na naka-credit ang gain on remeasurement to equity because if the fair value is greater than the carrying amount, we will recognize gain. So, hindi lang ako sure sa amount kung 500,000 ba siya or 2,500,000.
Remember KK, mayroon ka pang two lifelines, 50-50 or phone a friend. Ask the audience. Maaari mo itong gamitin kung hindi ka talaga sure sa sagot mo.
Okay, bossing. Mukhang delikado ata talaga ako dito. So, I'd like to use my 50-50 lifeline, bossing.
Alright, KK. Let's use the 50-50 lifeline. Two incorrect options are eliminated. Living options A, investment insures 500,000 debit, gain on remeasurement to equity 500,000 credit, and letter D, which is loss on remeasurement to equity 2,500,000 and debit and credit investment insures worth 2,500,000.
OMG. Thank you, bossing. Kasi kanina, muntik ko na atang isagot yung B kanina. So, thank you, Lord. Ayan, buti na lang ginamit ko yung lifeline. Since letter A na lang na natitira, sa sure akong sagot, that will be my final answer, bossing. So, letter A.
Is that your final answer?
Yes na yes, bossing. Final answer na po yung A.
You are absolutely correct. In this case, the fair value of the investment is 2,500,000 and the carrying amount is 2 million. Therefore, ima-minus lang natin sila to get the unrealized gain of 500,000. Since meron tayong unrealized gain, i-credit natin siya as gain on remeasurement to equity and debit investment in share because the fair value of the investment increases. For 400,000 pesos, your question is application guidance of PFRS 9 paragraph B5.7.1 provides that the amount recognized in other comprehensive income for financial assets measured at fair value through other comprehensive income is not subsequently reclassified to profit or loss. The cumulative gain or loss is transferred directly to blank. A. Dividend income. Letter B. Investment in associate. Letter C. Retained earnings. And letter D. Investment income.
Oh, bossing, alam mo bang alam ko itong tanong na to? Because this question was tackled way back in our discussion. So, I'm not gonna use any lifeline here. So, let's see, no? Kasi when we reclassify the cumulative unrealized gain, hindi daw subsequently reclassified as sa profit or loss, no? Kasi it is unrealized gain which is presented as a component of other comprehensive income. So, tanggal na yung investment income and also the dividend income sa choices since included siya sa profit or loss. So, I think we only recognize investment income when we have a realized gains. So, ang natitira na lang is goodwill and retained earnings. So, but as far as I know, yung goodwill ay para sa any excess of costs over carrying amount. Kaya ang answer ko dito, bossing, ay letter C, retained earnings, and hopefully, tama yung naalala ko, bossing.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, bossing. Letter C, retained earnings. Sure na sure. Sure na sure na, bossing.
Asintado ba ang sagot ni KK? Alamin natin as the correct answer will be revealed after the break. Magbabalik ang Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You are two questions away to 1 million pesos. If you got the wrong answer, you walk away with only 150,000 pesos. Sa tanong na ito, your answer is retained earnings. Letter C, retained earnings is correct. Be ready dahil nasa 600,000 pesos na tayo. At mahaba-haba yung question na to. This is one who will test your accounting knowledge for your 13th question. Here's your question. On January 1, 2023, Company X acquired a 10% interest in an investee for 3 million pesos. Using the cost method, on January 1, 2024, the entity acquired a 15% interest in the investee for 6,750,000. On such date, the fair value of the net asset of the investee and 10% was 36 million and 4,500,000. What is the goodwill arising from the acquisition on January 1, 2024? Letter A, 350,000. Letter B, 1,350,000. Letter C, 2,250,000. And letter D, 1 million.
Grabe naman ang haba ng katanungan mo, bossing. Baka naman abutin ako nito hanggang bukas sa sobrang haba ng question.
Remember na meron ka ng 400,000 pesos sa iyong money tree kapag tumama ka rito. Pero kapag ikaw ay nagkamali, babalik ka sa 150,000. Mayroon ka pang isang lifeline na natitira. Gusto mo na bang gamitin?
No, bossing. I believe kayang-kaya ko to. It's a complex question, bossing eh. Pero, eto na naman ako. Letter C for Christ talaga. Ayun, yun yung isasagot ko, bossing.
Very well done, KK. You've calculated the goodwill correctly. Last question na lang at mapapasayo na ang 1 million pesos. What we need to determine if the goodwill arises from acquisition. The assets of the investee are fairly valued. So, any remaining excess makukonsider as our goodwill. First is para makuha ang total cost of investment, have to get the fair value of 10% interest na 4,500,000 and cost of additional 15% which is 6,750,000. So i-add ko lang to get the total cost of investment na 11,250,000 rather. Then, since Forensic Corporation only owns 25%, I have to get 25% of the fair value of the net asset of the investing, which is 11,250,000. Fair value of the net assets multiplied to 25% is 9 million. This is the fair value of net assets acquired by the forensic company. Since goodwill ang tinatanong, I need to compute for the excess. Total cost of investment is 11,250,000 minus the fair value of net assets acquired 9 million. So, ang goodwill ay letter C, 2,250,000. Alright, for the next questions, for the next 1 million pesos. Ready ka na ba na mapasayo ang 1 million pesos o maliligwak kaya ang iyong kasagutan? Here's your question. Why corporate why co why corporation purchased 10% of C company's 100,000 outstanding ordinary shares on January 1, 2021 for 500,000 pesos. On December 31, 2021, Y Corporation purchased an additional 20,000 shares of Z Corporation for 1,500,000 pesos. The earnings of investee is on 2021 is 3 million pesos. The fair value of the 10% interest is 900,000 on December 31, 2021. What is the carrying amount of the investment in associate on December 31, 2021? Letter A, 2,300,000. Letter B, 2,400,000. Letter C, 2 million. And letter D, 2,100,000. Remember, you still have one lifeline to use. If you got the wrong answer, balik sa 150 pesos. Pero pag tama ang sagot mo, sa'yo na ang 1 million pesos.
Nako, bossing. Problems are really worth 1 million pesos talaga. I'm thinking of using a lifeline. Call a friend for this last question, I guess.
Sure, KK. Sinong isorbohin natin for today?
Well, tingin ko para sure win for 1 million pesos. Let's ask Ma'am B, my prof in intermediate accounting 1.
Hello, Ma'am B.
Yes, speaking.
This is Big Bossing from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm here with your student KK. He needs your help to answer a certain question. Go ahead, Chanel.
Hi, ma'am. This is the question. Uh, why corporation purchased 10% of Z Company's 100% outstanding ordinary shares on January 1, 2021 for 500,000 pesos? And on December 31, 2021, why corporation purchased an additional 20,000 shares of Z Corporation for 1,500,000 pesos? And the value earnings of investee in 2021 is 3 million. And the fair value of the 10% interest is 900,000 on December 31, 2021. Well, the question now is what is the carrying amount of the investment in associate on December 31, 2021? And the choices are A, 2,300,000, letter B, 2,400,000, letter C, 2 million. Yung letter D, 2,100,000. Ano bang sagot dyan, Ma'am B?
Ay, Kenneth, nakalimutan nyo na. I discussed that, remember, the investment in associate.
Ay, sorry, ma'am. Parang wala kang gano'n. Parang hindi niyo naman na-discuss yan. Ayun, parang
Talaga ba?
as refresh our memory. Baka maging milyonaryo na tayo niyan, ma'am.
So, in investment in associate kasi achieve in stages, the existing interest, which is 10%, purchased on January 1, 2021, is remeasured at fair value on December 31, 2021. Then, we also have to determine the cost of new interest on December 31, 2021. So, we have 900,000 for the fair value of 10% existing interest and 1,500,000 pesos for the cost of 20% new interest. So, i-add lang natin yung 900,000 pesos at 1,500,000 pesos to get the carrying amount of the investment in associate na 2,400,000 pesos. Now, you already know the answer. Don't forget to treat me after yun, ha?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Ano bang gusto mo? Kahit ano pa yan. Basta sa 1 milyon, kung bahala sa'yo, ma'am.
Thank you.
It seems you already know the answer. So tatanungin kita, what is your final answer?
Letter B, bossing. 2,400,000. Naniniwala ako kay Ma'am B kasi sobrang galing niyan.
Tama kaya sila? 1 million? Why corporation purchased 10% of C Company's 100,000 outstanding ordinary shares on January 1, 2021 for 500,000 pesos? On December 31, 2021, Y Corporation purchased an additional 20% shares of Z Corporation for 1,500,000 pesos. The earnings of investee on 2021 is 3 million. The fair value of the 10% interest is 900,000 on December 31, 2021. What is the carrying amount of the investment in associate on December 2021? Your answer is letter B, 2,400,000. Letter B, 204 million thousand is correct. 1 billion pesos.
Grabe. Parang maiiyak ako dito. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Ma'am B. The best ka talaga, Ma'am B.